welcome to this deck profile. BlackWarGreymon EX3. Yep. BlackWarGreymon just took 2 spots in the top 16 of the regionals that took place. The deck is very meta. It's very good. And if you play it properly, it can beat Melga and it can beat Bloomlord. I rebuilt BlackWarGreymon. I played 8 matches straight with my testing group. I beat Melga 4 matches. I beat Bloomlord 4 matches. And that's it. This deck is good. It pops Tamers, and its inheritables make it so it's very hard for you to actually delete the stack and get rid of the stack. BlackWarGreymon is powerful now. We won't even talk about it in BT11 because it's a different animal altogether. But right now, the deck is very good. If you guys like my deck profile, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the notification bell on the Smash Potatoes. That way you know when all these Digimon videos go live. And one final thing, I want to give credit to the person whose name I can't remember for the life of me, who came top 8 with BlackWarGreymon, and Michael, who came top 8 at my circuit championship. I based the deck profile around their choices because they did some really spicy things, which was really cool to me. So let's go ahead and talk about the thing. Our eggs are Koromons. We don't need the extra boost because we have other cards to give us the extra boost with the Koromon. I'd much rather have the draw power because the deck is a red deck, and it can brick sometimes. It can brick sometimes. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of those and play the rookies, which are 4 Augu x-antibodies. On play or evolve an Agumon for free, reveal top 3, add a Greymon or Omni to your hand. We are not playing the X-antibody option. This deck is not necessary in it. But we will always add a Greymon or Omnimon usually. It barely ever misses. We play 4 copies of the BT5 Agumon. On play, reveal top 3, add a Greymon and or Omnimon card. This does hit 2 cards sometimes. It's really cool. I'm playing 4 copies of the promo Agumon for the plus 2000 DP boost. That actually matters because it makes your BlackWarGreymon 14,000, which is a magic number like Hydrassi, and it can make your Gaiomon 15,000, which can also matter. In addition, there are other boosts in the deck as well, and when we get to them, we will. So I like the 4 Agumons. They do help with the power a lot. It's a good inheritable. It's the only inheritable, so you try to have that one. And then we are playing 2 Black Agumon BT8. The reason I'm only running 2, the on-play is good. It is a good on-play. But the only champion that can evolve on it is the BlackGreymon, which kind of limits its usefulness a little bit. But we do play Tamers that can play this card, and the on-play, adding potentially 2 cards sometimes, is really strong. So we are playing 14 rookies. That's to help avoid bricking. Because it's a red deck, it is more indicative of bricking than other decks. It's a little less consistent. Once the deck gets going, it's on fire. It's funny because it's a red deck. It's funny. All right, champions. We're playing 4 copies of BlackGreymon. It gives you blocker if you have a red Digimon in play. That's what it does. The card's incredible. We play 4 copies of Greymon x-antibody because this card is broken. All turns. If it would be deleted, your stack would be deleted, bounced, whatever, except destroyed by battle or like chaos degraded, whatever. You can remove 2 sources from your stack of the same level to prevent that. It's a very powerful card, especially against Melga, and especially against things like Hydrassi that at the end phase would like to bounce it to the bottom of the deck. It just says no. This card's amazing. The last champion we play is 1 copy of the original Greymon for the Security Attack +1. It's the worst one in my opinion because this is meant to be a control deck, and this is just a little bit of an aggressive option. But I do like having the extra security. It does come up sometimes. It comes up more than the BT5 Greymon, so I'm playing 1 copy of it. And that's it for the champions, only 9. Ultimates, this is where things get a little wonky. So we do play 4 copies of BT8 Metal Greymon. It does D-Judge Evolve on Evolution, pops something 3,000 or less, and then it lets you attack unsuspended Digimon inheritable if you're a Dragonkin or Machine. So as long as you're a BlackWarGreymon or a Gaiomon, you're doing fine. You're doing great. This card's amazing. We also play 4 copies of Metal Greymon X-Antibody. When you evolve it, it gets security attack +1. If you evolve it on a Metal Greymon, it also gets 3000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. Some people forget that. I see it occasionally where people will forget about the 3000 DP and they'll swing into your big stack, and it's a blocker, and you block, and it feels really bad. But this gives you extra aggression. This in tandem with this, with Guilemon, a lot of damage out of nowhere. The final, we play one more ultimate. It is one copy of Metal Greymon Ultras mode. This is just to give us additional control, specifically for the Melga matchup. If you can build a full stack against Melga, like Agu X, Gray X, and like this and something else, it really, really helps you out. It really does. And if you can do BlackWarGreymon on top of an Omnimon per se, or Omni on top of that, then it's just a very hard stack for your opponent to deal with. And it's just a 5th version of this card, basically. But also evolves for 0 on a Metal Greymon, which is the BT8 one. BT8 one, this one. And if you have a Tamer in play when Digivolve, he pops something 5,000 or less. So it can pop a very annoying threat, which is good. And that's it for the Ultimates. 9 of those as well. Megas. Playing 3 copies of BlackWarGreymon. We only need 3 because, you know, Crossheart isn't really in the format anymore, which is cool. But it can pop Tamers. It can pop Cool Boys. It can pop a Cool Boy and a Davis. It can pop multiple Cool Boys. It can pop all sorts of annoying things like Karis and Mimis. It's still very strong. And it can also pop... It can also do the Digimon thing. Pop Digimon as well. And then if it deletes a Digimon, all turns on suspend once per turn. Yep. That's what it does. Then we're playing 3 copies of Guilemon. It is an X-antibody. If you evolve it on BlackWarGreymon, it does trigger your Cool Boys, which is cool. That's cool. Evolves for 2 on a BlackWarGreymon, otherwise it costs 5. When you evolve, it either gains Digivolve 1 and or Blitz, depending on the colors. And Security Attack +1 reboot by itself. Very strong card. We do play one more level 6, though, and I shamelessly have stolen this from the top 8 deck and the other one as well. Dorbikmon. I was not sold on Dorbikmon at all until I watched the regionals this weekend. Dorbikmon is insane. It's crazy, this card. So, you're never going to evolve for 4, first of all. And it costs 13 to play, but you can Digicross up to 5 cards, and with Dragon, Sar, and whatever else, and you know, it basically all your 3s and 4s and some of your 5s. Like, it basically, and Dragonkins and whatever. So, like, you can go ahead and make this cost 3. Then it has Rush, has an incredibly inheritable stack potentially, and on play, if you it kills something 3,000 and plus 2,000 for every card you stack underneath it. So it can pop with the 13,000. With Rush, could be security plus because of the inheritable. Like, this card's crazy. It's a sneak attack win button. It's like a Bushy GG. It's just Dorbik GG, basically. That's what it's used for. I never play this card until the very end. That's it. Or rarely I need to pop something, 13,000. That's it. This card's crazy. That's it for the level 6 Digimon. The level 7 line here, I just straight up stole from Michael, who topped my circuit. 1 Blitz Omni, because Blitz Omni is really good. 1 copy of Omni X-antibody, the original one, the BT5. It costs 3 to evolve on an Omnimon, costs 6 to evolve otherwise. When attacking, pop a Digimon. And then, opponent's turn, if they attack, you can attach 2 sources to negate the attack. This card's incredibly powerful, and with your inheritables that say detach 2 to save itself, this card is very hard for people to deal with, especially Melga. If you have another red Digimon in play, and it's a blocker, it's hard. You need the other red Digimon in play, though, for it to have the blocker with this Greymon, because this is it's white. It's not a red card, it is white. So as long as you have the other red Digimon, it does come up. Otherwise, you just negate attacks anyway. It's not a big deal. And we play 1 copy of Death Xmon in the deck. You can evolve it on BlackWarGreymon. I've done that before, but you can also just hard drop it and just clear board. If people don't play around this card, it will F them up. Like Bloomlord might try just building bodies, building bodies, building bodies. You know what I mean? And BlackWarGrey can't deal with all that, but DeathX can. DeathX can do whatever you want. So DeathX here, really good card. Everyone knows what it does. It's a staple. It's all good. And then on to the Tamers. We play 4 copies of Cool Boy because this card's broken. And not a lot of people are on BlackWarGreymon right now. And not a lot of people are on Mastermon. And nobody's on Dark Knightmon. So your Cool Boys are pretty well safe. And they're broken in this deck because we play 16 x-antibody Digimon. So it's very potential that this card draws us cards, gains us memory, all sorts. Adds a card to hand whenever you activate it. Card is absurd. A third of your deck are x-antibody Digimon. 16 cards. That's kind of silly. We do play 2 copies of Nokia, just to help with the reduction of Digivolution costs. We also play 6 Agumons that activate on play. So getting those with Nokia is ideally the play. We don't play the full 8, so I won't play the full 4 Nokia. But you do get to cheap evolve things, which is very nice. And the final 2 cards of the deck are 2 copies of Hero. The Memory Tamer and the plus 2000 do matter sometimes. Security plus 1 tie does not matter. Marcus for the memory gain does not matter. The plus 2000 can come up. It can allow you to kill things. And that's it. That's it for the deck profile. BlackWarGreymon may or may not be tier 1. Depends on your interpretation. But do not sleep on this deck. It will mess you up if you sleep on this deck. It will. If you're not careful, it'll kill all your Cool Boys. It'll just do everything. That's it. Card's crazy. But anyway, that's it. It's a deck profile. Let me know anything in the comments. Have a nice day. Bye.